Welcome to Sairam Triple E YouTube channel. Let us discuss Module 3 measurement of high voltage and current. In that we have advantages of generating voltmeter. In the previous class we discussed electrostatic voltmeter and peak value voltmeter, and another one is generating voltmeter. We discussed everything like working and how the voltmeter gives the readings and all. So let us see generating voltmeter advantages. Okay, the first advantage, no source loading by the meter. So there is no source loading, right? And no direct connection to high voltage electrode. See, if you connect the direct connection to the high voltage electrode, what happens? Sometimes they may give spark, or sometimes the voltage that whatever the connection will get melt, or it gives harmful effect. So that can be avoided by using this generating voltmeter. And the scale is linear, and extension up to the of range is easy. So if you want to extend the readings, and then the voltmeter value, the range will be high, so you can use this, and then you can increase the scale. You can add readings also. Scale you can increase. And also it is very convenient instrument for electrostatic devices such as Van de Graaff generator and particle accelerator. Van de Graaff generator, which is used to generate high voltage DC. So, and also the particle accelerator, there also you can use this generating voltmeter. Okay. So limitation of generating voltmeter, they requires calibration. Careful construction is needed for the cumbersome instrument, required auxiliary devices. Disturbance in positioning and mounting of electrode may make the calibration is invalid. So we'll solve one problem based on electrostatic voltmeter. In that we have electro peak value meter and also generating voltmeter. So the problem is based on completely generating voltmeter. So generating voltmeter question is like this: has to be designed so that it can have a range from 20 to 200 kilovolts DC. So the range is given 20 to 200 kilovolts. If the indicating meter reads minimum current of 2 micro amps, so the voltage range they have given 20 to 200 kilovolts, and the current range also current reading also given 2 microampere, and maximum current is of 25 microampere. So minimum current is 2 microampere and maximum current is 25 microampere. What should be the capacitance of the generating voltmeter B? Already we discussed in the theory, even the equations also. Let us solve. So all of us knows, right? What is the RMS value of this through the capacitor? So Im by root 2 or VCM by root 2 into omega. So the motor speed, synchronous speed, they considered 1500 rpm. So initially that is standard value. V is the applied voltage, Cm is the capacitance of the meter, and omega is the angular speed of the drive. Just to substitute the values, IRMS is given 2 into 10 raised to 6 minimum value, and V is given 20 into 10 raised to 3, and Cm we need to calculate root as it is. And if you want to convert into this one RPS, 1500 divided by 60 into 2 pi, 2 pi is the omega. So finally we get Cm is equal to, capacitance of the meter is equal to 0.9 picofarad. At 200 kilovolts, IRMS is equal to what? 20 microampere. Right. So this is the required value. So next we have a series resistance micrometer. So a large value resistance, few hundred of mega ohms, is connected in series with the microampere. Protective devices, Zener diode connected across the microamperes. So the need of protective devices, if suppose R fails, resistance fails, heavy current will flow through the microampere. Even though everybody knows, right, the resistance always connected series with the circuit, even though in the coils or in the pointer also, if suppose resistance for controlling the current, the reflection of movement of the pointer also it will control by using the resistance, because maximum current is flowing through the pointer coil. What happens? The pointer will deflect within small amount of current. The pointer gives exactly at the end stage, like the scale reading will be more. So that's why we have a resistance. So if suppose resistance fails, so heavy current will flow. And to divert, protective devices is used. So protective devices for diversion purpose also used. Okay. And operation of series resistance micrometer, R should be high, I mean resistance should be high, high DC voltage is applied, voltage drop across the resistance and the current flowing through the resistance R is measured in microampere. This is the circuit diagram, series resistance micrometer, okay. High voltage is applied. See, high voltage is applied over here and the resistance is R. If suppose resistance fails, the meter reads maximum, and this is a protected device. Either it may be any other device like MCB, fuse and other protected devices, or circuit breakers, or I mean like they use at present MCBs or whatever, because and also voltage protected devices, because it's connected in parallel, right? So it is connected, and micrometer which is used to measure high value. So I already told you, if suppose resistance is not there, the micrometer reads maximum value in with a small current also. So this is a circuit diagram. The resistance is constructed from a large number of wire bound resistor in series, because wire bound resistor in series, because more resistance is required. Voltage is equal to what? V is equal to IR according to Ohm's law, and drop in ammeter is negligible. So ammeter drop is negligible. Everybody knows, right? So why the ammeter is connected in series? Though it is having less resistance, I mean negligible resistance, zero resistance. So that they are using ammeter, and voltmeter is having infinite resistance, more resistance. It is connected in parallel. So drop in ammeter is negligible. You cannot consider. The considering value is less. R should be chosen so that 1 to 10 microampere is allowed for the full scale deflection. 500 kilovolts can be measured, okay, and accuracy is 20%. Drawbacks: more power dissipation, temperature effect, source loading is a major disadvantage. Function of series resistance: limit the breakdown current to suppress unwanted oscillations. Standard spare gap measurement, very important concept for the exam point of view. Importance of spare gap measurement. Peak value of voltage causes dielectric background. See here, if the voltage in the waveform reaches some limit, I mean the peak value reaches, what happens? The sparking will occurs, or suddenly the spark will, or suddenly the breakdown will occur. It will be like flash over. So likewise it will be happening if the peak value, the range, if it is peak. A spare gap can be used for a measurement of peak value of the voltage if the gap distance is known. Okay, and spare gap measurement is one of the standard method for measuring peak value of high voltage, DC, AC, and impulse voltages. Right. It is used for checking voltmeter and other voltage measuring devices used in the high voltage testing circuits. Two types of spare gap arrangement: horizontal spare gap arrangement, and then vertical spare gap arrangement will be there. So we'll see the constructional part of this spare gap arrangement. Standard diameter of the spare is 256.25, so on up to 150 and 200 centimeter. And horizontal arrangement is usually preferred for a spare diameter. D is less than 50 centimeter, and it is suitable for a low voltage range. One of the spare is static and other is movable, adjustable. Impulse voltage, which has wavefront time at least 1 microsecond and wavetail time of 5 microsecond, can be measured using spare gap measurement. So this is a diagram, horizontal arrangement of the spare gap. In our laboratory also we are having the experiment. We used to set the voltage and then just varying the voltage, and just increasing the voltage, the spare gap arrangement, whatever it is there. So here spark will appear, and whatever the testing devices will be, I mean whatever the testing specimen will be tested. So if suppose, see here, this is supply, okay, supply they are giving here to here, and the insulating support, and second one is high voltage connection with a series resistor. Height of the sparking point P above the ground plane, radius space free from the external structure. Okay, horizontal arrangement, spare gap, this one. So if suppose we give high voltage over here, just we will set the voltage, the maximum peak value voltage. So if you increase the voltage, particular point of voltage value, the spark will appear. Okay, this is a complete experiment will be there in our laboratory. So this is a horizontal arrangement of this sphere gap. This is a complete high voltage supply we are giving, and this is a by setting this one. Okay, this one just by rotating we are going to set the distance between the two sphere. So this is um, the length of the sphere gap arrangement, and this is a in between length, and the sphere gap radius also affects. So we'll discuss with the detail in the next video.